My name's Jake English. I'm a timepiece technician and a musician. I've been coming here for 11 months now, almost a year. It's just been a good journey here. I've really enjoyed it. I got in a car wreck in 2020. It bulged a disc in my lower back, and I had been fit in the past, but after that wreck, I was hurting so much, I just kind of gave up. Man, I gained like 60 pounds pretty quick, like 3-4 months gained it. And then I was in so much pain. There was like a point in time where I'd walk up my stairs at my apartment and have to like take a deep breath and sit there for a minute. And I was like, I'm just done with this. Like driving to work every day from Springfield, like trying to stand up in my car because I had sciatica so bad. And I was like, I just got to take care of this. PT wasn't doing it, doctor wasn't working, chiropractor wasn't doing it. So you came over to my office, and yeah, I knew I needed to get strong again because all the other stuff that I had a PT doctor telling me I'd never squat again and telling me to take it easy and try to just lose weight with diet alone, and told me basically to not work out other than walking. And I tried it and it just didn't work. I lost like 15 pounds that way, and then I never got better past that point. So I knew I had to get strong again. It sucked. It was painful. It was depressing. I was drinking more. I wasn't sleeping. My wife and I weren't getting along. I was just depressed. I was getting in arguments with my boss at work, and I was just kind of a mess. Just didn't want to do anything. If I do it there, I'm going to make friends and have a community, and then they won't let me stop. Even if it gets hard. And so that's ultimately why I chose to do it here, because my boss gives me a free membership at the Recplex, but I decided to come and pay for this because of the community. The things that I've done in the past have always been like repetitive programs, and you hit more plateaus that way for sure, and you have to change things up. And that's the one thing that does not happen here. Like every day is something different. It's not even like every week, like every day everything is different. It's always varying. And I'd noticed that like in the past when I would be lifting with my brother or boxing and doing those things, like I'd hit a plateau and I was trying to cut weight or something, and it'd last for like over a month. I couldn't break it, and no matter what I did. But here it's like last week I weighed, or like 2 weeks ago I was like 210, and I was like, I can't get past 210. I weighed 201 last weekend. It only took like a week to get past that. Like when I started here with Noah, I couldn't pick the barbell up off the ground without it being on some boxes. Like it wasn't like the weight, it was like physically bending over and doing it with good form. I couldn't even do it. I had to put it on boxes. And then I remember like a month, maybe a month and a half, I was able to like do 135. I was able to just put a plate on and do a deadlift and not feel like something bad was going to happen to me. And I was like, I haven't felt like that for like 3 years. So that was like a big one. And then the other one was right towards the beginning of being here, we tested Grace. And I think my time was like, I want to say it was like almost 5 minutes. It was pretty up there. And that was at intermediate, and which was like 75 pounds, I think. 95. And then I set a goal to get it under 3 minutes and at RX. And I think it was like 4 months later. I think I started here in July, and it was in October. Yeah, October. I did it in like 240 something, that quick. Just because I set that goal, and I was like, man, this stuff works. Like when you tell your coaches what you want to do and they know it, and they help you achieve it, and then you get it done. I was so like out of shape and like depressed and stuff that everything's better. It's hard to say. Like I have more energy. I'm happier. Things don't bother me as much. I mean, there's a lot of like psychological parts to this that go along with the physical aspects. I mean, also just being confident in how I look is great too. Like just being able to, I don't know, like playing shows. Like I'm a musician. I'm not like trying to wear like big black shirts to cover up how fat I am. Like I can wear whatever I want now and like be as wild and crazy looking as I want and not feel like I'm going to look like a piece of trash. I mean, it's just general happiness is a good way to get through your life, man. It's, if you're depressed, everything takes longer. Everything feels bad. And then you have like this filter. It's kind of like rose-colored glasses. It's just like you're looking through the world in this like really bleak outlook. And yeah, Exactly. It's like every decision that you make when you're, not doing well is based on how you're feeling. And now, like, even if it's something I don't want to do, it's not half as bad as it used to be. And I get it done quicker and I feel great, and I actually have a lot more energy to like do things for other people and be like a good friend and a good husband and a good worker. A lot of people ask me about what we do here because they've seen, I've done this big transformation, and a lot of people, they're saying, like, especially older folks like my dad, or like my mom, and just people in that age group that are struggling, and they'll be like, oh, it just seems like it's too intense of something that for me to do. And that's just because they're seeing like YouTube videos and like people at the games and all that stuff, and they don't understand that we scale things here for what you need. Like I said earlier, I had to do deadlifts with an empty barbell from a box to start out with. And today I did, 21, 15, 9 of 225 deadlifts with burpees in between. So it's just, you really need to take a second look at it and realize that it's infinitely scalable to what you need. When you come in here, the coaches will help you get to where you need to be and start you out. Like, the only time I've ever gotten hurt in here is my own fault. It's because I didn't listen to you or to Richard or Noah, where you guys said, don't do that. I did it anyway and hurt myself, ego. So there's no excuses, like, when it comes to that. You can come in here at any fitness level and get started, and there's nothing that's going to get in your way of it, really.